speak on or I will address is I do have a project I am currently working on that will come out next year or, 2025 called Soul Season Songs for the Grown and Gifted. Um, I call it that because, it's about really just embracing, getting older. That's why season and, year-round seasons and all of that. But, um, and I just want to bring soul to the back to the game. You know what I mean? Like, I really wanted to introduce a new genre of music, hip hop. As much as I love hip hop, I do love it, but it's kind of been, I don't know. I don't know how to express it. I kind of feel like it's been whitewashed a little bit, um, and it's a lot of stuff that I'm seeing taking place in the culture that I don't particularly like, you know what I'm saying? But that's great water right here. But, back to what I was saying. So when that project drops, man, I really want to kind of like bring out some, that grown vibe, that soul music that we need. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Soul Season Songs for the Grown and Gifted. I think it's gonna be dope. I'll be done with everything within the next probably 2 weeks. Yeah, probably 2 weeks. I'll be done. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I wanted to kind of like, the state of the culture, man. What's going on? We just had the election season. I know a lot of people was really feeling a way about Miss Harris, Vice President Harris, losing to Donald Trump. And I know a lot of, black folks was really upset and they felt betrayed. And I know a lot of our women felt a way about black men, even though 78% of black men voted Democrat. So, but I wanted to address that because I see what's going on. I mean, you already kind of seen that happening before this happened. You seen that it was like a setup. You had D.L. Hughley do what he was doing. He definitely was, they had like a black man summit where they was kind of basically giving a love letter to Vice President Harris, letting her know and the Democrats know that they didn't lose the black male vote. So we kind of saw that happening. You knew like we were going to get blamed if it didn't go the way everybody wanted it to go. But for me, I'm offended by that because to me, it's like everybody wants to make black people the punching bag for whatever, especially black men, right? And I don't really like to divide us because, at the end of the day, we're stronger together, right? But I will say, you've seen a lot of this feminist stuff taking place, and that's kind of a divide thing that's always been historically present. So you've seen that happening. You've seen that coming. Then the other reason why I'm offended by that is because in 2020, I was criticized because I voted for a black woman because she wasn't going to win. So for me, my question to the culture, to black America is what you're saying really genuine? Is this how you really feel? Because we had a black woman run for president in 2020. We really wanted history. And she was like not even being funny, but this black woman was straight up like connected to the soil, meaning her grandfather was from America. We've never had a black American president. None of our, President Barack Obama, his grandparents are not from America. Had no black grandparents. You see what I'm trying to say? Like he ain't had no grandma from Shreveport, Louisiana, Yazoo City, Mississippi. He ain't had it. So you need that. We need that. We deserve somebody that got that connection, because there's no way if you had that connection, you're not going to say you're not going to do nothing for black folks, just for black folks, because it just you would think about grandma, you'll think about grandpa. You understand what I'm saying? How much that means to them. You wouldn't say no stuff like that, and that's why they won't allow that. You know what I mean? Like and it's crazy because like You know, I voted for, you know, Cornel West this time. And you had to write him in. And it was so crazy that, you know, Kennedy dropped out and joined with Trump, but he still was on the ballot, and you could just punch the button, hit the button, and he was there. Like, but they made sure Cornel West went in there. So that lets me know, like, if you got connection, if you a black American, as we like to say, a foundational black American, they gonna do you dirty. You know what I'm saying? And like black Americans, we need to understand that and see that. So I know a lot of black folks feel away, but you know, for me, I felt like I didn't vote this time. I didn't vote for Miss Harris because it just looked like, in my opinion, it's everybody have their reasons, but for me, I felt like it was a wipeout of black Americans, to be honest with you. Like, everything that was being done and said was just like, it just looked like they was on some, like, replacing us. Like, I've been saying for the longest, like, this the great erasure. You know what I'm saying? So, and I just felt like that's what was happening. I know somebody be like, well, do you think about Trump? Like, no, that's why I didn't vote. I didn't vote for Donald. I didn't vote for him. You know what I'm saying? But I voted for Dr. Cornel West. I thought him and Jill Stein had the best policies. Flat out. I really did. But I don't know. Like, I don't know why, you know, we're so passionate. Like, we think, you know, the government is going to save us, and then that's not going to happen. And it's just, you know, it's unfortunate that we have to, you know, I've seen a lot of people say, you know, if the police kill one of us, don't call black women, don't call, like, and it's like, for one, like I said, we as a whole, as a group, black people turned out and voted Democrat. You know, now it was a lot of us that, you know, we were tired of it, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of us, you know, because they really just sold us on more fear. Wasn't no policies. And that, to me, is very disrespectful. I'm not like, you're not going to scare me into voting for you. Like, all of this, like, you still a slave, like, you trying to, like, reopen that wound up, or, you know what I mean? Like, my thing is all of that, like, Project 2025, in my opinion, it was a Project 2024. It was a Project 2023. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, they had healthy people 2020. So then, you know, COVID-19, you know what I mean? So my thing is, like, bro, like, it's always something. And until we come together as a community and practice group economics and do things as a community, period, none of that stuff, like the government and all of this, the elections, and, you know, especially if you know the college electoral votes and all of that, then you already know, like, you just can't sell your vote short, you know. And then I don't understand how a lot of times people be like, man, you know, my people die for this, right? And it's like, what I've come to the conclusion to believe and see is that people don't really want to take a stand. As I think what happens is, I think voting is an easier stand to take. Meaning, you just go in there and vote, and it's like you feel like you've done everything. You've honored your ancestors. And okay, but they also fought. Like, when they was trying to vote, man, they was going to jail. They were getting killed. They were getting beat. It was a lot. They were fighting for that. So they was fighting for freedom, right? So my thing is, it's like, if they give it, if it's this easy now, or you can just vote, and that's your way of making your voice be heard, as they say, I don't think it would be this easy. You understand what I'm saying? But to each his own. People not going to agree with that, and that's fine. You know, I speak my mind because I just see, I'm allergic to BS, man. And I thought this whole thing just looked real fishy and looked real sketchy. You know what I'm saying? It didn't look right. When, you know, Vice President Harris ran in 2020, nobody voted for her. Nobody was mad. They wasn't mad at black men. They didn't say nothing, but everybody wanted Biden to win because they was wanting him to beat Trump. And people were mad at me for voting for a black woman named Jade Simmons in 2020 because they said, you're wasting your vote. She's not going to win. So I don't, like, when I hear all of this uproar, I truly don't believe it, because if you really wanted to do that, then we would have really came together and voted for, like, Jade. We would have voted for, you know what I mean? We really won't change. I think it's a lot of symbolism and a lot of hope rhetoric. And I just think, right at this point, we're too far gone to even kind of make it make sense, because people are going to fight it. I mean, I've seen people, like, act like they really on some, like, they really with it. Like, I didn't see them share, like, Marcus Garvey, like, you know, like, they really on that. It's like, bro, yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be like 100% knowledgeable, and you doing the knowledge and you studying and you still sitting here depending on the system, or you looking at the system like, nah, cuz nah, family, we not, nah. Like, okay, but whatever, that's people's own opinion, and they have the right to do that. But like for me, miss me with the criticizing of like, oh, you turn your back on black women because you didn't vote for her. No, because the same people said that got mad at me when I voted for a black woman. It was because then you say you vote for Biden, he got a black woman vice president, they got a better chance to win. Got mad at me, like, so it's come on, man. I don't. It's not genuine. It's not really real. It's a lot of fake outrage. But I just think we just need to come together. I think we need to get involved with our community, help out certain groups like New Era, different groups that's around the community, feeding the community, helping the community, being out there every day, doing the work every day. I mean, if you can't be out there every day, at least fund, Cash App, see, contribute at some point, in some way, shape, or how, however, do what you can do. And that's what we need to do as a community, because they are trying to replace us. And a lot of people don't want to acknowledge that. They don't want to think about that. They don't want to believe that, but it's the truth. Now, the last thing I'm gonna do before I get over here, because I don't like to be on here this long, and I'm about to make some runs, hit some errands. But there's a lot of diaspora wars that's taking place. A lot of people are upset at the term foundational Black Americans. I will say this: when you think about the ethnogenesis of a foundational Black American, like we've been here, already was here. A lot of us already was here, but you got to understand also, and I know somewhere down the line we have some African DNA in us, because you got a parent that got two parents, you got two parents that got a parent that got two parents, and the parents that got two parents. Like, so, and down with that tree, of course, there's going to be some African DNA in there. You know what I mean? But we've been here over 400 years. I can trace back. I know, like, my great grandfather was like a war hero back in 1800s or something. So, like, we can go back years. So I've been here. I'm not like, I don't have any, Caribbean family and nothing like that. There's no disrespect. That's cool. But I see people being excited, and they wear their flag, and they're here, and I see the Jamaican, I see the Haitian, I see the whatever flag, I see it, and people are proud of it. So don't get mad when you see Black people say we're foundational Black Americans and we wear our flag, or we proud of our stuff. I know a lot of times with Brother Tariq, he have a couple little joke sessions with people, you know what I mean, he clown and whatever, but there's a lot of people be coming at him. So, but whatever the case is, we still our own group. We're Black Americans, just like Jesse Jackson, tried to introduce the term African Americans back in, like, I think 88. I could be wrong with that, but from what I remember, I was only 7, but I remember that was the term they wanted to use. A lot of people weren't with that, but for years we went on and was cool with it, because I think we was colored, and it went from colored to Negro, or they try to call us whatever, but at the end of the day, we're foundational Black Americans. Nobody can blur the lines with that. You know what I'm saying? You can't, what's the girl from Fast and the Furious, Charlize Theron and Elon Musk, you know what I mean? They're from Africa, so you can call them African Americans. So you can do trick bag words and blur the lines and muddy the waters by saying certain things, and people be like, oh, yeah, because you just automatically assume that somebody's from Africa and that's in America, they're African American, that mean they Black. No, it's a lot of white Black Americans. I mean, not a white Black Americans, but it's a lot of white African Americans. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't, you can't confuse foundational Black Americans. Now, it's a lineage, there's no group, ain't no leaders. This is all lineage based. You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I just think we still, like I said, I love all my brothers and sisters, from everywhere. I've always considered myself, like I always, admired and understood the Pan-African way. But the one thing I am seeing is I've never seen a lot of like African Dr. Umars or you know, from Caribbeans, like we got Dr. Umar, but it's like American. Like I haven't seen any foreigner like Pan Africans, and I could be wrong, but I haven't seen them. I don't know them other than Marcus Garvey. You know what I'm saying? That was what 1920. So like I don't know the other, you know, the St. Croix, Dr. Umar. Like we haven't seen them. You know what I'm saying? So most people, especially when they come here to America, you gotta understand like, you know, what would make a person come to a country and you know that they had slaves, they done black people crazy, they, you know, police killings, whatever. I mean, they giving away a bag of some sort of credit, some sort of something that's taking place that made people, you know, see like, oh, I'm coming here, I'm getting my money. So when people come here, they not coming here thinking they connecting or gonna help black Americans out. They looking like I'm about to get my bag, I'm about to help my people. So don't get mad and call us divisive when we start delineating. Like, all right, well, okay. And like I said, again, for me, love my brothers and sisters. I don't care where you from. Like, man, my grandbaby is Haitian, Puerto Rican. You know what I'm trying to say? So my sister and my nieces and nephews is Jamaican. You know what I mean? So, but that's on my sister's father's side. But, you know, that's part of their family. That's their lineage. But I'm 100% foundational black American. And I'm proud of it. And it's like you should be proud of where you from. And it shouldn't be an issue. So anybody got an issue with that, that just shows that that's that disdain, that's that hatred towards black Americans. Everybody's been told to hate us, but also take from our culture. People will say they did something, created something, but they'll say the N-word easy. You feel what I'm saying? And like, you know what I mean? Like they could say it, they say it because they come to, you know, people been adapted and, you know, and included into the culture. But that's a whole nother topic, man. But that's just the state of the culture for me, man. I think, you know what I mean, sisters, you know what I mean? I know right now y'all passionate about, you know, Vice President Harris. I don't like mispronouncing her name because I know a lot of people be getting real sensitive when that was another thing. They was real protective over that. Like, you said her name wrong. You know what I mean? People's name we say wrong in the hood, like, that ain't my name. You said my name wrong. But for some reason, it was like people had her back on some, when you disrespectful if you say her name wrong. So I just call her Vice President Harris. Yeah, like, chill out with all that kicking brothers' backs in, man. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff, you know what I mean? A lot of people saying they not gonna protest. Like, man, fight. You scared to, like, it's easy to punch on black people, but you scared to fight white supremacy. That's all. Just say it. That's what it is. Just say it. Like, you scared to fight white supremacy. Like, our ancestors that was doing all that stuff of voting, you know, Fannie Lou Hamer, like, they were fighting. She was getting beaten in jail, and you know what I mean? Like, they were fighting. So you think all you gonna do is just go to the polls? Like, no, you got to fight. You got to fight for your future. Like, that's how you get freedom. Freedom don't come like that. Freedom ain't free. And you have to fight. That's how I look at it. So all that, you know what I mean, docile stuff, and then I'll say this, that was for my people, and I love y'all. But for like the MAGA crowd or the people that feel like they can, you know, hey man, people like me, we want all that smoke. It is what it is. I've decided a long time ago, it is what it is. They know who to go after, and they go after them soft targets, the people that's crying. But people like me, you gonna need an army. I ain't no threat, but it's at the end of the day, it's a lot of us. We ain't worried about all that. So, you know what I mean? If you ain't got no hate in your body, you don't hate black folks, you ain't trying to harm us, we're cool. It's all good. It's all love. That's how I look at it. Black folks, man, stop beefing with each other over this election. You know what I'm saying? Figure we ain't gotta be in uniformity to have unity, but we need to come together. All right. State of the Culture, K-Cap the Don, Soul Season, Songs for the Grown, and Gifted is on the way. It's gonna be a special album, man. All right. Peace.